So tell me, will it be this mosque or will it be that mosque? Or in fact, will it be neither? Welcome to Arm Wrestling with COVID-19 in London. This is number 16. When I go on my daily constitutional down the high street, either to stop at the supermarket or go to a pharmacy or a chemist shop, or just to go walking for about half an hour, 45 minutes of exercise, and then come back to my lockdown flat. I must admit that I do not see that many people wearing masks. I don't know what your experience is, particularly in the UK, particularly in England, particularly in London. But for me, it is more often than not that I see people without masks. And there is almost a self-consciousness, isn't there, when you're wearing a mask and you look around you and you see that many people are not wearing masks. So, given that it is at best a 50-50 divide, if not perhaps 70-30, in favor of those not wearing the masks at the moment, what is the argument all about? If you switch on the telly, if you listen to the radio, if you listen to the various experts, scientific experts, political experts, they will all tell you that there is still no clear certainty as to whether masks are effective or not. I do not look at it that way. I look at it simply from a common sense perspective. Here is a mask. If I put it on my mouth and my nose to cover the mouth and the nose, and then I walk down the high street or I go into a supermarket, what am I doing? I'm doing two things. One, I'm protecting others in case I am a carrier of the virus. Imagine you're walking along those aisles looking for your broccoli, looking for your can of beans or whatever, and suddenly you sneeze. It's spring, it's hay fever season. You are entitled to sneeze. Everybody would look at you with absolute bewilderment and fear as, oh dear. So if you have one of those masks, perhaps that will be a way of protecting the people around you. Because no matter the physical distancing of 2 meters or 6 feet, go into a supermarket, it's not being applied. So that's one thing. The other is, no, you're not sneezing, but you have the virus, or you might have the virus, you're protecting others. But conversely, you're also protecting yourself. In other words, if somebody else has the virus, then if you come into close proximity with that person, you might be able to protect yourself by donning one of those 2 masks or any version of those masks, even the blue simpler ones without those fancy filters, if there are filters. But I think that it goes beyond that for me, whether it is for my own security and safety or for that of the other people, the public. First, I'm not too sure that something like this, which is quite cheap, will actually be able to protect me from those minute, infinitesimally small viruses, the new coronavirus that is basically in the air, lingering in the air. I'm not too convinced by that, but listen, that is science, and I did not choose to study science. But more importantly, I think, and this is the key factor for me, by putting this mask on or that mask on or covering my face and going into a supermarket, if necessary, because I'm carrying 6 bottles of mineral water and I certainly can't walk from the supermarket all the way to my flat, so I jump on a bus. Or if I have to go and for a very important professional meeting and I'm tempted to take the train, having this mask on is a psychological reassurance and I underline the word psychological, reassurance for me and for the other, for those sitting in the same space, sharing the same space. So when the scientists, medical scientists, scientific scientists, whatever experts, all-knowing politicians, everybody is chipping in, trying to say what they think should or should not happen. And as our Prime Minister in the UK gets ready to come up with a new set of rules or guidances for the next phase or chapter ahead, keep this in mind. This or that, or any other version, or neither, it's not only the medical argument that will prevail, it is also the psychological factor, the psychological argument. And to be honest with you, the fear that has gripped, the concern, the anxiety that has gripped a lot of us, Londoners, Brits, Europeans, look at France, look at Italy, look at Spain. They have an entirely different argument. They're saying, no, it's very important to use masks. In our country, we're still a little bit, can I use the word phlegmatic about masks? So it's really a question of the psychology as much as the science. So I suppose in the next week or 10 days, we'll know. And then will come the inevitable question. Okay, if we need to wear masks in order to go on use public transport or go out, will we find those masks? Or will it be yet again another story of PPE? What PPE? Kits? What kits? Ask my GP, ask my friends. They tear their hair out. I can't tear my hair out. I don't have that much hair, which spares my barber. So in a sense, this is the argument that will be had in the next week or 10 days. And I suspect that in the corridors of power, whether medical power or political power, this is one of the arguments that is being had at the moment. So good luck to them and good luck to us all possible future mask wearers. And until number 17, where I'll be talking, yes, me, the technophobe, I'm going to talk about this track and trace app. You say, no, Harry, don't do that. Well, I'm going to have a go at it. And I'm also going to talk about my quest to find medical advice, to seek medical advice at a moment of need, and how difficult it is in our discombobulated, rather anxious world. Stay safe, keep well, and all the best.